Hello everyone, in this video tutorial I'll be going through the file export for a distribution file. This means that you can export a viewing file of your project to anyone that does not have a Simplant license so that they can view the case but they are not able to make alterations. If they do have a Simplant Pro license, they are able to actually capture your project and make any adjustments if you're happy with that. So just to show you how that is done, you would go on to Communications, which is stage 6 of the task panel. Click on Export this project and Distribute View. Okay, locate where you want to save your project, so I will just choose Desktop for now and click on OK. Give it a few moments and it will actually save a folder onto your desktop, and in this folder it will actually have the installer file for the viewer. So always click on Yes if it asks you to save the project. If you don't save the project, it doesn't actually attach the project itself within the file, only the installer file of the Simplant viewer. So by clicking on Yes, you will have a file which will have the installer for the viewer as well as a copy of this project. Once that it's done, you'll minimize your screen and you'll find the project and the distribution file on your desktop if you've saved it on your desktop. Double click on that and you'll see that there's a Simplant View Setup installer, an exe file, application file. Make sure that you run that first, so you just double click, run the installer, just complete the installation process, and then click on Finish to complete the installation. And then you'll go on to Data and you'll find your project in this folder here. So if you need to open it through a viewer, you can click on Open With and Simplant View. If you've got a Simplant Pro, you could also open it in your official license. The difference between the two is that in Simplant Pro you are able to make adjustments to the implants and adjustments to the plan, but in Simplant View that only allows you to just view the case without any adjustments. So this is quite handy if you've got multiple PCs in the practice and you don't want to dig out your laptop, and you can always just distribute a viewing file of your project and install this viewer on a surgery PC so that you can have the actual project up and open in front of the screen while you're discussing the case with the patient, or even to have it as a guidance as you're doing your clinical procedures. Now, if you were to send it to someone, let's say a mentor, you're sharing a case or you're discussing cases with someone else for guidance, you would first need to rename this folder into something that you would remember. And then once you've renamed it, then you can compress the folder. So you click on right click and then click on Send To and compress zip folder. If you don't rename it and you try and create another distribution view of another case, what happens is that the title of the files are exactly the same and it could actually replace your previous distributed file of another project. So instead of overriding it or allowing it to override it, just make sure you always change the name of your cases after it's been distributed so that the next time you do another one it doesn't override. Right, now that you've got your compressed zip folder with the installer file of the viewer as well as the project, you can then attach this onto an email and send it off to whoever you'd like to view your case. This completes the video tutorial on how to use the distribution viewer.